Okay, we are at the courthouse looking at the U.S. Army Infantry Memorial. A tribute to those members of the U.S. Army Infantry who fought in foreign wars, earning the award of Combat Infantryman's Badge. Of all the medals upon our chests from the battles and wars we knew, the one admired as the very best is the one of the infantry blue. It's only a rifle upon a wreath, so why should it mean so much? It's what it took to earn it that gives it that magic touch. To earn this special accolade, you face the enemy's fire. Whether you survived or not, God dialed that one desire. For those of us who served the cause and brought the nation glory, it's the Combat Infantryman's Badge that really tells the story. Here we are at the original Evans Hardware Store from 1903. On the corner of Main Street and Broadway, you will find the original Ada National Bank from 1900. Mr. Reed and the family arrived at what is now 522 West 4th Street to build the first home, store, and post office in Ada, Oklahoma. He built a log home next to a 16 by 20 store. Mr. Reed sent 3 names to Washington. The third name of his young daughter, Ada, was accepted, and on July 10, 1891, the Ada Post Office was established in Jeff Reed's store with Mr. Reed as the postmaster. We are standing in what is now known as Central Park on Main Street, but it used to be known as the original post office site in 1902. All right, the railway transportation, the creation in 1909 of present East Central University, the water supply came from Bird's Mill in 1910, and it set the stage for steady economic and cultural growth. From a raw frontier town, Ada evolved into the Queen City of the Chickasaw Nation. Okay, we are here at the Founding of Ada Monument. So Ada is known as the Queen City of the Chickasaw Nation. The Ada Indian Territory was founded by lands that were acquired from the Chickasaw and Choctaw citizens. The U.S. government forcibly removed the Chickasaw and Choctaw nations to this area from their southeastern homelands. So the town began in 1890 when William Jefferson Reed, also known as Jeff, built a log store and dwelling near what is presently 4th Street and Oak Avenue. A post office was established on July 10, 1891, and the town was named Ada after his oldest daughter. So on Main Street and Broadway, you can come visit the Ada Monument. The block between Townsend and Broadway on 12th Street became the business hub during the first decade in the 1900s. This was also the first street to be paved in 1909, and many people thought it would be the main street of Ada. The original fire station, City Hall, on the left, was built in 1908. The original building served as Ada City Hall and housed the office space and library, and an auditorium on its second floor. The Ada Fire Department was housed on the street level. In 1909, the city had 2 paid firemen. The day fireman drew $50 a month, while the night fireman was only paid $25. Built in 1903, the courtroom and Grayson Drugs were on the street level. An opera house and meeting room occupied the second floor. This whole block going west on Main Street was known as the Bucket of Blood because of all the knives and gunfights that took place there. This was before statehood, and the judicial system was notorious for allowing criminals to get away with little to no punishment. The original Irving School in the early 1900s, where the Irving Community Center is now, is located at 5th and Oak.
In the early 1900s, Main Street was the focal point of local cotton market. As soon as a wagon came to a stop, the cotton buyers would swarm over it. Saturdays were the big cotton day in the fall. In October and November, on Saturday nights, after a busy day, Main Street would look as if it was covered with patches of snow from the many samples of cotton strewn about. This became known as Ada's Trade Days. Did you know that Helen Keller once delivered a lecture in Ada? The world-famous Keller, who lost her sight and hearing after an illness when she was 19 months old, delivered a lecture at ECU. The subject of Helen Keller's lecture was happiness, and according to the newspaper reports, it brought tears of appreciation to those who attended. The work began on Wintersmith Park in 1933 when young men of the camp number 824 arrived in Ada. The men were paid a monthly wage of $30. Did you know that the radio made its first big splash in Ada in 1921? And in 1925, Ada residents performed over the airways for the first time. The Ada Chamber of Commerce sent a group of students, singers, and musicians to Bristow to perform at KFRU. After the broadcast, telegrams praising the Ada performers poured in from as far away as Ohio and New Mexico. In the 1900s, Daniel Hayes, a Chickasaw man, donated 16 acres of his personal property so that East Central University could be built. To locals, the water tower on South Townsend is known as the Witch Hat Water Tower. But did you know it has a very impressive history? Built by a Chicago-based iron and bridge company, it was built in 1906 in the small town of Katun to serve as its fresh water source, holding 400,000 gallons. Because the United States was repurposing steel mills for the war efforts in World War I, and Ada needed a new water tower, it was amazing that this one was located and Ada was able to purchase it. After its long journey, it made its way to South Townsend Street in 1918 and has been there ever since. The Tower Drive-In in Ada opened in May 1949, and the first movie shown was Frontier Gal. The Tower Drive-In had the capacity to hold 400 cars, and it was located on what is now the 3800 block of North Broadway, near the current Pepsi plant. It was built on a lovely ranch land and set in a serene wooded landscape, and from what patrons remember, it closed sometime in the 1960s. We hope you enjoyed learning so much about our beautiful town and all of its amazing history. Go check it out yourselves.